What's up, Shrinkkeepers, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to do something very special, and that is to actually talk through some of the questions that I always get, some of these questions. So I'm going to just list 3 of these questions, just talk through, and just before we go right into today's video, I just wanted to give a special shout out to my son who has just gone through. Today I just brought him to his swimming class, his very first swimming class. But however, we have introduced him to swimming much earlier in his when he's younger. So that's why today he feels very comfortable. So when I took some of the pictures, he actually looks more like he's going to the spa rather than a swimming school. So good job, Jake. So what does this actually, how do I actually tie into this is that the very first question that I get is, I want to be the best breeder in the world. Or you want to be a best breeder, or you want to be a good breeder, or have a very, it's good to have dreams, right? So I just want to be very sure that I address this carefully. One of the things is because I actually believe that you have to live your dream, but however you have to then think about if let's say you're gonna have a big goal or have a big dream, then you will have to probably do a few things. So the very first thing that I would encourage is that if you want to be a best breeder in the world or things like that, that's fine. However, you have to put the work in, and that is there is a lot of work involved. Like for example, some of the racks that we wanted, because of space limitation, we needed to get one more rack in. So I have to actually take down all the 20 tanks, move it outside, drain all the water, move the streams, and then put the did everything, rack it up, and then put it back in. So that is something that you have to keep in mind. There is a lot of hard work involved, there's a lot of effort involved, and you will experience some of the time where the streams just die. There will be mass death, and it happened to me as well. Flooded the tank, got distracted, no excuses. I screwed up. All the streams were on the floor. They were all dead. How did it happen? I forgot to switch off the tap because I was distracted. So from that lesson, then we learn what should we need to actually do. So we actually install like a Wi-Fi irrigation timer, and of course over time now we are also developing and trying to come up with some of the processes that actually can help prevent such incidents from happening again, but not reducing the workflow in terms of efficiency and things like that. So if you really want to be a really great breeder, if you really want to be a world-class breeder, you probably will have to put in a lot of effort and work. It's not just about simply just going out there and say that I want to be the best, and then you buy a lot of streams, and then you will bound to get into some failures. So to be successful, you have to fail, because if you don't fail, you're actually not trying a new thing. So a lot of this methodology that we actually revamp or we redesign these processes, like for example, we do not use RO water, we just use DI water. So these are some of the things that we actually kind of took a step back. We learned the entire process, we understand that what was being taught to us. However, what we tweak and we redo and redesign the entire end-to-end process again to actually fit for most of the hobbies. So these are some of the things that if you really want to be a successful breeder, you really have to put in the hard work, and do not give up when you meet a lot of failures along the way, because you will have to meet a lot of failures. Because if you don't fail, like I said, if you don't fail, you are not trying hard enough. You got to really try and push the limits and see that, okay, where can I actually end up with. So that's the that's the very first question that I will share. So the second question that I often get is that, so it's an open-ended one. So it's like, my parameters are spot on. So I think we hear that a lot. My parameters are spot on, but, so here's the but. My streams are not breeding, or my streams are dying. So there's 2 things. So I'm going to break these 2 separate topics or discussion separately. So the first one will be, my streams are not breeding. Okay, so your streams are not breeding and your parameters are spot on, but something must be right, something must be wrong, or something is not right. So you have to think about. So I'm just gonna off the bat share three tips. The very first tip is that you have to stop staring at your streams. I don't think anybody likes to be seen live while you're trying to procreate or you're trying to do something, right? So stop staring at them, because every time when you stare at the stream, you can look at the tank. I'm not saying that you don't look at the tank, but don't stare at the stream. Don't go to the up front or the glass and then stare at the stream. Please do not do that, because every time you do that, you actually create more stress for them. The streams, you can actually see them arcing their back or moving away or hiding. So stop staring at them. Let them do what they're supposed to do. If your parameters are spot on, so that's the catch, right? So if your parameters are spot on, stop staring at them. So that's the first tip, because staring at them is like pressing the elevator button multiple times. It's not going to go any faster. Or the traffic light, when you stop at the traffic light, you're not going to, you keep pressing the button. It's not going to turn any faster. So stop staring at them, okay? The second thing is that there could be, the male or the female could be infertile. Men can have problem as well, right? Men can have problem as well. So we have an example. I have a breeder in Singapore who have been breeding boas for about 8 months. The male didn't do anything. So he was actually trying to do selective breeding. He selected a very good male to actually breed with the 8 females. None of them buried for 8 months. If you ask me, it probably might have taken too long to actually observe that issues. Usually you can actually get to the root cause that maybe 3 or 4 months you should be a little bit questioning and say, maybe the males is not doing his work. So after that, we introduced in, I think it was 3 or 4, and then he was 3 or 4 males, and then he was like, oh my goodness, he's like seeing a lot of buried streams. So guys out there, you can be a problem, okay? So the third one I will share is about the ratio. So I've done many videos on that. Male to female ratio. If there's too many males, the female would not want to breed. They're very stressed. So stop putting like 10 males and 2 females. So learn how to observe and learn how to read between male and female. Learn how to distinguish the difference if you want to be a good breeder. And also, of course, tiger streams as well. Tiger streams, regardless of black fancy or any of the tiger genes streams, are generally, I'm just going to put this a blanket cover across, is generally they are more aggressive. So do not put more males than females. They will attack the female, okay? So these are some of the things that, on why my streams are not breeding. The second part of this is my streams are dying, okay? So if your parameters are spot on and your streams are dying, something is not right. So something don't add up. So every time when there's a stream, somebody will ask me a question and say, oh, my stream has died. I have 2 or 3 streams died, and my parameters are spot on. It's a little bit counterintuitive. If let's say we assume that the parameters are spot on, then it could be a few things. It could be ammonia spike. The spike that happens, it goes up and down. It happens, but that also means that your water parameters are not really truly stable and mature. Ammonia spike, there could be fail mode. It could be also aggression. So when they mode, it will be attack. So male and female ratio, that should be understood, and that should be also being separated out if you have more males to females. So that covers the second question. And then the very last question that I always get is, do I not use like bacterial powder after you do a water change? No. The long and short of it is no. I don't. I just do direct DI water directly, TDS 0 directly into the tank and remineralize. That's about it. And the reason is because bacteria do not die simply because we do a water change. I think that is something that we have to keep in mind, is that bacteria do not die when they go through a water change. Right? You are changing the water, you're not changing the bacteria. You are removing water from the tank, you're not removing bacteria from the tank. Bacteria do not colonize the water column as much as the filter medias that you have. So do not worry. Bacteria has lived in this planet for millions and millions of years, and they will still exist long after the human race is gone. Right? So do not be afraid that a few bacteria have been removed during a water change. If let's say you go and wash your filters, your sponges, and things like that. So bacteria, remember, bacteria do not colonize the water column. The water column do not have as much or as significant an amount of bacteria compared to the sponge filters or the filter medias involved. Stop adding ammonia in your tank, because every time you do a water change, you put a powder in there, you're adding ammonia in the tank. So you're actually literally feeding the bacteria. So what you're actually creating is actually creating food for the bacteria. You're not adding bacteria into the tank, you're adding food for the bacteria to consume. But do you need to add food for the bacteria to eat? Because we have a lot of streams in there. We have ADA soil, we have active soil, we have plants, we have rotting materials in there. We have all of this that is feeding the bacteria. So the bacteria is in a happy place. And bacteria do not really disappear. They just go into a dormant state. A dormant state whereby when conditions are right, they start to come back again. That's because bacteria has lived in this earth, in planet Earth, for millions and millions of years, long before we existed and long after we will be. So do not worry about that minute water change that you have been doing. And no, I do not add any bacteria. And will I add any bacteria in the future after water change? No, I will not do that. So thank you guys for watching this video. So until next time, peace out.